What's going on, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm just going to give you 10 Funko Pops that I would like to personally see made. Afterwards, just, comment down below what would you like to see other than sodas coming back. And so, you don't have to give me 10, but just, maybe one or two things that they haven't made yet or they've only made one of years ago that you'd kind of like to see come back. So this will be 10 of my list. So let's check it out. Alright guys, I'm back. So we're going to go through this list. This is my personal list. If you agree with it, comment below if there's anything that you would like to be come out. Comment that below as well. But first up here, so I am a big Masters of the Universe fan. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of the pops and the sodas. There's a few sodas that's come out, as you can see behind me. But I was looking through them the other day, and I was like, there's somebody missing. And I started looking it up on Pop Price Guide, and they don't even make this pop, which is weird to me because she is like a key figure in the Motu TV show and movies and all that stuff. But it is the character Teela. But Teela is, I think she was Man-at-Arms' daughter. I can't remember. But Teela is like a big part of Motu, and we don't even have a Funko Pop of her. So I would love, and with the new movie coming out soon, that I pray Jared Leto does not screw up Skeletor, because I am not a huge Jared Leto fan. Worst Joker by far. Morbius, we didn't say anything else about that. I'm just not a big fan of his work, and I just pray he doesn't mess up Skeletor. But we need a Teela Motu Funko Pop. Why haven't we had this before? So that's that. Alright, so next up here on my list, and like I said, none of these are in any order, it's just 10, that I would like to see. I'm also a huge Garfield fan. We have Garfield, a couple Garfields. We have Odie. There's one that we do not have, and I'm kind of surprised we don't have him yet. But that is, I just forgot his dang name. John Arbuckle, who is the owner of, the owner of Odie and Garfield. So we don't have a John Arbuckle pop. So it'd be kind of cool to see a John Arbuckle pop from the Garfield line. So let's get on that, okay? Next up here is something I would love to see. This was, other than Transformers and G.I. Joe and Scooby-Doo and Masters of the Universe and Thundercats, I was a huge Silverhawks fan. Now, I don't know if a lot of people that are not my age know who the Silverhawks are. They flew around the jet. They went out in space. Their bodies were either silver or bronze or what have you. They had wings. They could fly. I loved that show. And so I'm going to actually try to find that and see if I can rewatch it. But I would love to have a whole line of Silverhawks because, man, just such great memories watching that from when I was a kid. All right, next up here, and I don't know if we'll ever see these, but stuff from Nintendo. You know, you got Mario, you got Donkey Kong, you got Link from The Legend of Zelda. It'd be so awesome to see all of those in Funko Pop form. There's some fake ones out there, so if you see them, they're not real. But I would love to have some of the old Nintendo, you know, because I've started collecting. I've got like Cubert and Pac-Man and some stuff like that from the games. And this is just kind of one of those games that, you know, Mario and Donkey Kong, and I would just love to see those. So maybe one day, we'll see. Next up from Marvel. I know there's a lot of Marvel Pops, and I know there's a lot of Marvel Pops coming out soon with Doomsday and Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts and all these other movies. And I don't really know how they would create this. If you look at a lot of anime, the details on anime pops are just getting more and more amazing. But if you remember from some of the biggest Marvel movies ever made was Infinity War and Endgame. And I just think it would be cool to see some of the characters that had dusted away from Thanos' snap and just kind of have, like, you know, half Sam Wilson normal and the other half kind of, you know, dusting away. So I think that would be so cool to see something like that. But you never know, it might just be kind of hard to do it since it is kind of flaky. I don't know, but I'm sure they could figure out a way to do that. So next up here, going back to my childhood of you know, the Silverhawks and Mario and stuff like that. There's a lot of shows that I liked growing up, and I was a huge Muppets fan. Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Waka Waka, and Gonzo and them. There's a 2-pack that I would like to see. I know they've got the single ones that are coming out, or they've got the single ones out, like Kermit and all them. But I would love this 2-pack. It's from one of their movies. It's a classic one from their movies. And it is Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy riding bicycles as they're going down the sidewalk or the street. I know Kermit at one time is doing a handstand on the wheels and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think it might have been the first time we ever had like puppets, like riding bicycles that you saw the whole body, maybe. But I just think that is a really cool scene there, and it'd be really cool to have Kermit and Miss Piggy riding bicycles in a 2-pack. Alright, next up, this is not a 2-pack, but it would be a bigger pop, like a scene, Funko scene. You know, they've got, and maybe not necessarily as a big scene, but something bigger. We've got a lot of Simpsons pops. We've got a lot of Bart, a lot of Homer, Maggie, you know, all of them. But there's one that I don't think they've ever come out with, and I've looked and I couldn't find it, so if it's out there, I apologize. And they don't do it in the show anymore or in the intro like they used to. But those first couple years when the Simpsons come out, and I think they've been out for 40 years now, which is something like that, which is insane. But you know, you always saw Homer choking Bart, and you know, Bart's mouth was open, his tongue was out, and Homer's always like, "Why, you little..." Well, I just think it would be cool to have that little scene as a Funko Pop figure. Homer choking Bart. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we won't. Times have changed since then. So staying on the cartoon line. Once again, I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I used to carry around a stuffed animal Scooby-Doo when I was a kid. And I always held him by the neck. So after, a month or so, he was doing that. And my grandmother had a sewing machine, and she would get the stuffing, and she'd cut around like the line in the back of his neck, put new stuffing in to make his head stiff, his neck stiff again, so I could carry him around again. Another few months later down the road, he'd be flopping around and everything, and she'd just keep replacing it with stuffing. And I think I may still have that somewhere in my mother's basement in a tote or something. I don't know. But we have the Mystery Machine. But we have Bugs Bunny as Fred driving the Mystery Machine. That's the only Mystery Machine we have. So I would love to see Shaggy driving and Scooby in the passenger seat. I mean, can we get a Mystery Machine with Shaggy and Scooby in it? That's a lot more iconic than Bugs Bunny. And don't get me wrong, I love Looney Tunes. But Bugs Bunny as Fred driving the Mystery Machine, that doesn't do it for me. So, I mean, I guess I could buy that one and take that out and put Shaggy and Scooby in it, but it's still not the same. So, I would like to see Shaggy and Scooby driving the Mystery Machine. The next one here, I don't know if it would ever come about because of copyright issues and stuff like that. But with the Pop Yourself, and especially now that it's gone up, it'd be cool if you could design your own box that they come in, like your own logo on the box or something like that. Or even the logo on your shirt or something like that. Or on the shirt of the Pop. Or even instead of having like a buddy, like a cat or a dog, you could just have like a little coin or something with your logo on it that was inside the box with the figure. Something like that to make it more personalized. I mean, I have one, but it's just a guy with glasses, a beard, and I've got a Bengals shirt on, but it's not. It's me, but it's not, if you know what I mean. So it'd be kind of cool if you had like you could do your own logo or your own whatever. And with the prices going up, with the Pop Yourself, I think they went from $30 to $40, and then a 2-pack is like $80 now or something like that. Give you more options, more options of shirt colors, more options of hair colors and hair designs and stuff like that. So, and if you're going to be charging a lot extra, give us some extra stuff to add to it. So, and finally, and I think 2 of these have been confirmed, but I'm not sure. They may just be rumored. I'm a big fan of like Friends and Golden Girls and stuff like that. But I'm also a friend of Monk, House, Quantum Leap, and Home Improvement. And I think it'd be really cool. I think Monk and Dr. House from the show House, I think, unless it's a rumor, I think they've been confirmed, but it may be a rumor, I'm not sure. But I'd love to have those, because if they come out, I'm buying them when they go on, as soon as they go on the shop. Quantum Leap was an awesome show. If you haven't seen it, he was kind of teleported into somebody else's body in a different time. And the people around him would see the person that's always been there, but he's inside the body, but you hear him. And he would do different things. He would try to leap back and forth from different timelines to try to leap back home into his own body. But instead of doing that, he would leap. I think it was on for like 8 or 9 seasons or something. But he would leap into different people's bodies from, like, World War II and Prohibition and just all kinds of different things. He would leap into a woman and a black man and a white guy and an Asian guy, and it was just very multicultural, and you get to see the perspective of different peoples through their eyes, and I just thought it was cool. But when they first come on, it shows him in this chamber, and like this I don't know, this smoke and everything is coming up that's getting ready to teleport him. It'd be kind of cool to have that. Or with Home Improvement, there's a couple things you can do with Home Improvement. For me, and this is Tim Allen, for me, one of the funniest ones was when he was painting. He had glue on a table, and they said it was very quick drying, to stay away from it. And he dropped something, and when he fell down, he hit his head on the table, and then he was stuck to the table. And then they had to cut the board out, and he went home with the board stuck to his head, and that would be a really funny Funko Pop as well. So, but that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed some of those. Tell me which one is your favorite that I've come up with. What's some of the ones that you would look forward to, that you would like for them to make. Once again, guys, I appreciate y'all always being here. Just take care of yourself, take care of each other, and remember, God loves you. And I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.